Justin, you look at 5 defensive linemen in the game to stuff this run.
Another flag. Straight
holding. Offense number 85. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
That's on the tight end, Chris Manhertz.
Yeah, and just how to get after a quarterback and get after an offense. What they're telling you is that I'm dictating the game. That's
14. Dart over the middle, another flag. It's Bellinger.
To the pass, holding. Defense number 15. 5-yard penalty with the automatic first down.
Dallas Turner, the guilty Viking.
Those reps, he's extremely athletic. He runs a 4 from him to use that athletic ability and be disruptive.
Turner, the SEC Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago at Alabama. Jonathan. All right, Packs make it second down and 7. Giants keep it on the ground. Up the middle to the 38-yard line.
Mentioned he had all 5 defensive linemen out there as a personnel package to make sure he's in favor. It's a really interesting chess match.
More flags.
False start.
Dart and everything he has to process from this defense. The offensive line is in the same boat. So Aaron Stinney, he's jumping.
Giants without the left side of their offensive line. Their usual starters. Thomas ruled out. Runyon not here. It's Tracy. Oh, and he
ball down. They try to run a screen, right? That's the only thing you can do when you're basically confused offensively. Run these little quick plays, and Jonathan Allen just.
There's Gillen from his 26. Fair catch is called for by Price.
First down. Timeout.
Now we will head to break. During this season, spent 5 years in New Hampshire, and then 1 season at the University of Minnesota. November against Seattle. Hands it off. Aaron Jones. Pass Deontay Banks up the sideline for a Vikings.
On the corner, one-on-one, running back corner. Usually the running back wins, as Aaron Jones does there, and picks up a nice gain, gets a first down, and let Justin Jefferson be on top on the outside.
Here's Jones again, 15 yards on his last carry, longest one of the day. This time,
Vikings are doing this without Christian Darrisaw. You have Justin School in there without Ryan Kelly. You have Mike.
Second down and 4. Here's Jones. And as Megan told us at the start of the broadcast,
that's right. The Packers
about 5 hours.
Yeah, the players were delayed. Right. Remember, but the staff and admin front office, they actually made it on time.
Fake toss to Jones. Now Brosmer throws. Catch made by.
I already know the game plan now, right? So it's going to be run the football left, run the football right, get Brosmer out on the outside.
You mentioned Tyler Newman. He has the Giants' lone touchdown to this point. Here's Jones. Brought down from behind by Brown.
Looks good so far, and I want to see.
3rd down and 3 for Brosmer on the Vikings. Brosmer to the outside. It is caught. Catches.
So you're going to see these young guys getting more of these receptions because on
3 tight ends in for the Vikings. There's Jones. Flag on the play. Jones.
First down.
That's on the tight end, Hawkinson, as we had West check in with Carissa.
Thank you, sir.
Carissa, big battle in the NFC South. The winner of that game will move into first place. And they will play. First down and 20. Following the penalty, it's Jefferson. Spun down.
12. Vikings go to 12 personnel. Means 1 running back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers in the game. What the defense is.
Brosmer on 2nd and 12. Pass is caught. It's Oliver. And J.J. McCarthy ruled out with the hand injury. Now Brosmer looking for Jalen Naylor. Will boot it from his 45. Olszewski feels it at the 15.
Number 40 was not on the line of scrimmage. That 5-yard penalty would be added on to the end of the return.
On first down, Dart handing it off. And it's taken out to the 33-yard line.
Use technique. They hit their landmarks. That's what makes it so frustrating for this offense.
On 2nd and 2, Singletary. His career as a coordinator and head coach
in that game.
Rams game down in Miami. Here's Singletary once again.
There's Mike Kafka trying to find a play.
2nd and 10. Pass is complete out of the backfield. Singletary, but Isaiah.
And you already see Blake Cashman is pointing out that way. They know where the ball is going. Isaiah Rodgers leverages it.
Clock winding down. Outage on the prior play.
All bad. Kenneth Gary Albert.
3rd down and 16 for Dart and the Giants. Dart fires. The Giants leave the offense out of the field. 4th down and 2 as they go for it. And they convert. Darius Slayton makes the
green intercept
from the Minnesota 46. Up the middle. Gain of 4.
You were just never the same after that, man.
I'll never forget that moment.
green intercept.
Fake to Singletary. Dart wrapped up. Down he goes.
They're all up there. You have 5 defensive linemen, so that's what happens when you try to change.
Giants are ready without their left tackle and left guard.
Answer: no, I'm not ready.
We'll get you out there one of these days.
If I'm out there, then I catch you on the beach, jet ski.
For the New York Giants. Here's Dart. On 3rd down, hit. Down he goes, but a flag is thrown.
So he's trying to find him by time, can't do it, and then gets bailed out because Eric Wilson hits him in the helmet. If it wasn't for that, it would have been enough.
Dart has been hit in the helmet today. Harrison Smith in the first half, and now Wilson. Singletary takes it inside.
Green intercept.
Handoff Singletary. And Singletary.
He's that leader on the team. He holds everyone accountable when he gets in there for the Giants for the past couple seasons.
And they drafted Scottaboo, got off to the outstanding start before his injury.
That's right.
Here's Singletary once again. When J.J. McCarthy was available, but they elected to choose Malik Neighbors and then went with the quarterback and Dart this year. Flag is thrown as
everyone's healthy. It's going to be a culture issue, right? Because these are young guys trying to find their.
Green intercept.
2nd down and 16. This is Tracy. Gain of 4. Vegas. Giants haven't had the first overall picks.
Green intercept.
3rd down and 13. Blake Cashman comes up to
3 scores. But with this kick.
This time from 39 yards out. And Sauls is 2 for Holmes. Here's Price from the 2. Miles Price had a terrific season. Flag is thrown.
Try to get it all sorted out, but yeah, leave energy because they were flat. And it looked.
Personal foul, necessary roughness. Kicking team number 23.
This series, they go on the usual rotation, so they're going to be out.
1. Brosmer hands it off. This is Jones. Gain of 2. Addison in motion. 2nd down and 8. As Brosmer is taken down. Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter getting the sack.
Now bad news for the Giants. Brian Burns is down.
Oh, he's back up though.
Catches over his first 6 seasons than any other player in the history of the National Football League.
18 targets, 6 catches. Today he's got 6 catches. And he has. That's not a little prima donna.
2nd down and 7. There's Jones. And he's brought down at.
Penalty added on to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Let's head downstairs, Megan.
Kids have a moment they'll never forget.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Thanks, Megan. Great stuff from Jefferson as Brosmer throws it away in the vicinity of Austin.
Because people get it confused sometimes when a competitor is frustrated. It's because you know he's going to compete. You know he wants the ball because he's going to help the team win. Just think of the touches he's had today. Control when he catches the football. I mean, it's as good as it gets, right? Maybe Jamar Chase is a little better, but other than that, man, he's at the
1.
Also, Aaron Jones is back in for the Vikings. I saw him limp off a little bit. See if they're going to continue with the same.
Second quarter. Giants have scored 10 consecutive points. On the toss, it is Jones, and Aaron Jones has
the outside, but you can tell he doesn't have the burners on him because of that ankle injury. So you got to appreciate his toughness and his grit.
From the Giants 30, it's Jones once again. Cuts back the other way.
Because there's really no sense of urgency one way or another. It's like both teams are kind of.
Second down and 7. Brosmer sets up the screen. Xavier Scott.
On Max Brosmer. Instead, they're setting up the screenplay. They let him go. They pass it right where he was, and Xavier does the rest. Meanwhile, the Giants are all out of sorts on their personnel.
Go.
Second and 8. It's Jones up the middle.
Training staff to. Looks like that's Tyler Newman.
Welcome back. Vikings and Giants tied at 13. Kenny Albert. Third down and 3 for Brosmer and the Vikings. Pass caught by
leaders on that defense, and talk about a nice individual tackle on Aaron Jones, who is not a tough, not an.
From the left hash, from 30 yards out, gives the Vikings a
a defense that takes the ball away. He has a run game, and then when it's time for him to be a magician like he did yesterday, he can go out there. Backs, these young guys, they are being tested. Bo Nix has been tested, and he's been getting the job done.
12th man up.
Michael had no idea what I was talking about. Just nodded nicely, you know. See, he's seeing I was so excited about it.
Here's Tyrone Trey, coached under Andy Reid. Kafka and O'Connell both spent some time in New England.
Bring him into this fraternity of coaches.
Second down and 9. It is dropped.
Wow. Well, and he's going to be known for, right? He's got great speed. He knows where to sit in the hole in the zones, but you got to help him.
Right up. Read it to your set.
Third down and 9. Kafka pump fake. There is a flag.
7. It's a 5-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
That's on Byron Murphy.
Yeah, we could see this one coming. Byron Murphy, because of that physicality, he earned a Pro Bowl spot last year. That time, though, he got caught. You cannot make contact.
3:20 to go. On the toss, it's Tracy. Gain of 5.
If they don't, they'll have those 2 timeouts. You hopefully hold Minnesota to a field goal attempt at that point, and then now you're.
Or reach the end zone. Third down and 3. Pass was deflected.
There, so he just kind of spies him, waits for him to throw the football, jumps up and bats it down. And 4th down.
There's Dart on 4th down. Looking. Van Ginkel wraps him up, throws him down.
The edge. He was trying to be blocked by Theo Johnson. No chance for Jackson Dart. Van Ginkel gets the sack. And now all of a sudden Jackson Dart has to stop and reprocess what it is. And when he tries to do that, you have the rush coming. Andrew Van Ginkel gets.
Vikings offense takes over at the Giants 39. Here's Jones. Giants have 2 timeouts. Huge game for both clubs. State Farm postgame is coming up. Mike Kafka's. Brosmer hands it off. It's Jones to the Giants 37.
Jones still kind of massaging and babying to tell the coach, kind of bargain his way to get back into the game.
So if the Vikings pick up a first down, it would end.
Indeed, there's no way that I can see the Giants managing to get all the way down the field.
Here's Jones, first down.
Ball game. Your veterans are showing by example why you want to be a tough group for the Vikings. Because of how hard they fight, how hard they work, even though they really have nothing to look forward to except to try to win these games late.
Contingent on hand, and the Vikings win their 6th in a row in the regular season. Thanks for joining us today from MetLife Stadium. For Jonathan Vilma.